So I'm going to talk about this one function which is um, auto sys fields, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is set workflow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is set value. And
Mm-hmm.
then we are going to talk about update, right?
Yeah.
So now let's quickly look into, I know that we both know how to update a SQL using a SQL query, but let's quickly write a query here where if I want to update a record into the table, so you will write something like update and then table name, right? And then you write set
Mm-hmm.
call1 equals some value,
Value. Yeah.
call2 equals some value, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
do where call3 or call1 equals, let's say a, something like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
You do that, right? So this call1 equals 1, call1 equals a gives you the filter criteria and identifies the record that needs to be updated, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then when you have isolated that record, you will run this portion where you are setting the value set call1 equals AA and call2 equals SS, right? So, so technically the update records that we fire in ServiceNow should be on the same lines, right? It should
Yeah.
first isolate the record that has to be updated, and then it should start updating the stuff with something that you want to update on the table, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So let's take this example. In this example that I am going to use, or let's use this example. In this example that I am going to use, um, here's a script. I have tweaked it a little bit, and then we'll be doing it. Those functions we'll be using later.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as usual, we are going to initiate a variable of GlideRecord object, and the reference to the table is incident table here, right? And we are querying state equals 1. So if we refer to our SQL statement, we are doing state equals 1 here, right? You put the where condition,
Yeah.
right? So in this case, in the
Mm-hmm.
GlideRecord, the where condition for us is state equals 1. So we are trying to query only those records where the state equals 1, right? And the basis of
Mm-hmm.
that, on the basis of that, what you do is you query the record, right? You do inc.query. So you get a set of records back from the table which contains a state equals 1. This may or may not be more than one record, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say you got 10 records as a result of this query, right? Then you are applying a while loop on that, right? And the intention is to apply this piece of code, whatever it is, this piece of code for all those 10 records that you just received. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So you are putting a while loop, you are using the incident object here, and using the incident object, you are traversing through each of the records that you have received. So you do inc.next as we have been doing earlier. Now here you have used two new methods, right? One is inc.setValue. Inc
Set
is,
value.
yeah, set value is if you are to set values of the column. Exactly the same here,
Mm-hmm.
right? You are setting something
Mm-hmm.
something here. So
Mm-hmm.
the 10 records that you received, you are going to change the value of a state field from 1 to 2,
Mm-hmm.
right? Once you have done that, if you do not write this inc update, it is not going to update that record. right? This is the final commit statement. This is the statement that you have to write to make the update happen, right? Now let's go ahead and filter out our records into the incident table. So we have the incident table here. We have 51 records in the incident table. I'm going to put a filter, and within the filter field I'm going to use state is 1. I know that the one value for state is new, so I'm going to put new as the filter condition there, right? And when I do that, I get to see two records here. I'm going to copy these two records. I'm going to copy so that we can reference it later when needed. Oh, this is not good. Let's just copy this incident number and the other one. So we have two records now, and both these two records we have state equals 1 or new. All right? Understood?
Yeah.
Right. Now, if we run this query, right? If we run this query, let's put this statement here. I'm going to do gs.print, and I'm going to put inc.number just to make some sense. I am putting this here. So after this update runs, it will print a statement for you, right? Which incident number has been updated. Okay, so let's look into. According to our records that we have into the incident table, the two records here should be updated, right? And the state should change from new to something else, right? So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to run this. When I run this, it says incident number 39 updated and incident number 46 updated, right? If I go back here and I filter this out, and I refresh this, when I refresh these records will not appear here because the state has changed from new to something else. You get that?
Yeah, because it's already updated, yeah.
Right. So because we have updated this, the records have changed. Now
Change it, yeah.
let's go back and pull that record and see what has happened. So I'm going to put that filter, and I'm going to apply this, and I'm going to put the other one. So I'm going number is this or number is this. This is giving me only one record. No problem. So here we go. Look at the state field. It has changed from new to in progress.
In progress, yeah.
I have kept the same record here. NC 39.
Incident number 39 and 46, okay.
Right, so it has changed to in progress. Now,
state is in progress.
yeah, state has changed from
from 1 to 2, right?
Right, from 1 to 2. So those are the value fields. 1 and 2 is the value field, value attached to these states, right?
A state, yeah.
However, the text is new and in progress, right?
In
So
progress.
what we did is we changed the value of the state from new to in progress,
in progress. Yeah.
right? But in the background, we had to play with the values 1 and 2.
Yep, yep.
All right,
Because it doesn't give sense, right? If it is
right,
1 and 2 here,
right,
for the users, it's meaningless. So
right,
that it has to be interpreted into new, in progress, closed, something like that, right?
right, right, exactly.
Yeah.
Now
I
let's look.
sometimes do mistake.
Yeah,
When they ask me information, we interpret data center 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And
yep.
then in my report, I put that way. And then the guy respond, what is the data center 1, 2, 3? It's only you who knows that. And then, oh shit, I go back and I say Dallas node 1, Dallas node 2, something like that.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay. So, so the state field has been updated. If I scroll a little bit towards right, I can see the updated field has also been updated. It says the update has been done at 24/8/2016, 8/24/2016, 20:43:46, and 20:43:47, right? So, so it shows that not only the incident, the state field was updated, but along with it, the updated field has also been updated. So it is taking the timestamp and it is updating that field too. All right, you get that?
Mm.
So
Mm. Yep, yep, yeah.
so I'm going to put that here, and you will know why I am doing this when I use my next function. Next, I'm going to put the updated time for the next record. So let's go back and quickly change the states from in progress back to new so that we can rerun that query. It's new, right? And again, I have changed it
Mm-hmm.
to new, right?
Yep.
So we now have two records where state equals new, right? If you
Mm-hmm.
get rid of this filter, you put state and state value is new, you run it, you will get the two records, right? You have the two records, right?
Yep.
And the
Yep.
update timings are the same. Oh, it has changed. It has become 20:48:28. Hang
Yeah, it's
on.
changed.
Yeah, it's changed because I just changed it. So I'll quickly change it back. 46 is this. And this is this. Right? I want to make sure that we have the most updated timestamp there, right? We're not going to make any
Mm-hmm.
change right now, so we are good. And then I'm going back to the script's background. I'm going to get my script from here. I'll copy this. I'll go back here. Now let's assume that there's a situation where you want to update the record, but you do not want to update the history records. Meaning, you just want to update these fields, but for since you are doing this manually or using a script, you do not want to play with this updated field, right? You want to
Mm-hmm.
maintain the earlier timestamp, which was actually done by some sort of other scripts, but at this point of time when you are going to update the records, you forcefully do not want to update these update fields, right? So for that,
Yep.
we have a function here, and the function is autosys fields, right? When you use autosys fields, it takes Boolean inputs. So when you use autosys field and provide false as the Boolean input, what it does is it does not update the sys updated by, sys update on, sys mod count, sys created by, and sys created on fields, right? So this is what it does. Let's try to do that, right? Right now we have two records which is going to qualify our query condition, which equals a state equal 1, right? Which is state equal 1. and then we are going to update its state field to 2, which is in progress, right? But we do not want to play with the fields which is sys updated on or sys mod count or sys created by, etc. Make sense?
Yes, that.
All right. So I'm going to copy this and then I'm going to run it. Again, to make it easier for us to understand, I am going to put gs dot print statement here, and I'll put inc dot number updated, right? And then I'll also put updated on, and I'm going to put gr dot updated by. Make sense? I'm going to take the
Yeah.
no updated gr dot updated. The field name is updated, right? So I'm also going to take the value that you have into the updated field, and let's see if the updated time frame is timestamp is getting updated after this query runs or not. All right.
Okay.
So
Yep.
here we go. Copy this and run this. Okay, we have some error here, and it says gr is not defined. Where is gr? Oh, I'm sorry. It should be inc.
Yeah.
I'm going to run this. It says inc 46 updated.
Was updated.
Updated
Okay.
on undefined. Okay,
Defined.
I think updated is not the column name for it. Let me look. Anyways, so by the time it opens up, I'll go to see the records that we have, and we saw that only INC 46 was updated. I don't know why. Query state 1, it should be updated. The other one is also should be updated. It updated 46, right? So I'm going to refresh it. Oh, yeah, updated both. Right. Hang on. Oh, the field name is sys updated on. So
Yeah.
I should be using inc.sys updated on. Right. If I run this now, it will not give me any script because there is no qualifying record that is going to match that condition. But still, we can run that successfully. Now, if I go back and I try to query the record, which is INC 46, and I'm going to query number 46, and we have to look into the timestamp field, right? See, the state has updated to in progress. If we go to
In
updated,
progress. Yes.
copy it, it's 2048, 2028, right?
It didn't
See,
updated. It
it
didn't.
did not update, right?
Uh,
So this is a very interesting function that you might be using at a later point when you do not want to let the system defined fields updated. However, you want that rest of your custom columns must be updated, right?
okay.
Does it
Is
make
there
sense?
any scenario
Yes,
like this?
yes. If you do not want to alter the audit
Mm.
trail, for example, if you are debugging something, some some
Okay.
user reported some issue
Yeah.
with a type of record, let's say incident record, and it is having some issues and they are not able to see the incident record properly, right? And it has
Yes.
come to you for debugging, and you start debugging it and you find that some of the values in the incident record is not placed right. Right, in that
Mm.
case you would like to update that record, but then you do not want to uh, you know update the updated date, so it's updated on date time, right? Because you want to maintain the history of the record, right? So in that
That's
case,
true.
what you can do is you can just update that field which is ailing, which has problems, and leave the rest of the fields as is, right?
Keep sense.
Yeah. Let's look into the other one as well. So I'm going to do 39. We just change it to in progress, and the timestamp for it should be 2048:33, and it matches 2048:33. All right, makes sense.
Yeah.
So these
Yeah, it
two,
does.
this hasn't changed, right?
Yeah.
So
Can we go
for
back to the code a
sure,
little bit to, yeah,
yeah.
let's see the code.
See, so from previous example, these all are similar.
Yeah.
We
The only thing
introduced,
is that one.
yeah, we introduced just this
Let me
line,
see. Okay, false or don't update. That
right?
means
So
don't
if you
update.
do true, so which is
It
the
will update.
default one? So this is the default
Yeah.
one, right? If
Yeah.
you do not supply false, it's the default one. So I'm going to put, again, I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it
Into
to,
new.
let's say, new, and this one is INC39, right? Let's go and run this. There will be just one record, right? This has been updated, and see the time frame. It has updated to
Yeah.
157:34. If I go back and I refresh this, see 2057:34, and it was
Yes.
initially 2048:33, right?
Mm.
So true means it is the default one, and true means that it will not forcibly let it update. It will let it update, right? Right?
Mm.
So that's why you have this boolean input to the table. If you do not do this line, it is going to update the sys updated on and all the 5 fields.
Mm. Mm.
Another case for you is, see, do you have any other, let me see, duplicate. I'll give you a very good case.
Mm-hmm.
Users, let me see if we have, um, I'm going to add roles. All right. Let me pick one user from here. Uh,
Mm.
let me pick this able tutor, and I'm going to give him. Oh, he has admin role, so that's fine. So I'm going to log in as able tutor. I'm going to impersonate as able tutor.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So instead of your user ID, I'm going to use able tutors now, and then I'll go into scripts background.
Mm-hmm.
I'll copy this script. I'll paste it here. I'll go back here. I'll change this record from in progress to new.
No, yeah.
And now we have to look into the fields as updated by as well, right? Right now
Yeah.
you can see here the updated by as admin. Now if I'm going to run this script, right? And when I run this script and I keep autosys fields false and run it,
Mm-hmm.
see, it changed to able tutor.
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Yes. Updated by. Mm.
Let's copy it back, and I'm going to put that here again, and I'm going to run this here. Wait a second. I have to make it new again, and then I'm going to run this, run a script, and I'm going to refresh it. It is refreshed, but the updated by is able tutor, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, if you are using, if you are using that autosys fields function, you are not just looking at the updated on field column. You are also looking at sys updated by, right? So for example, the user reported to you that he is having problem with the record, and you are fixing it from the background, but you do not want to change the history of it. You do not want to put your name as the developer's name into the record. So you will do autosys field, you make it false, and the updated by will not be
Ah,
updated, right?
that's the problem.
Otherwise that record will be updated to contain the record updated by as your name. Instead of
Yeah.
user's record,
The
it will be your
developer
name,
name.
developer name,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's a valid case that you'll be using, right? Let's see how
Mm.
it says the definition of auto sys fields. Let's see how ServiceNow defines it.
Mm.
It says enables or disables the update to fields sys updated by, sys updated on, sys mod cont, sys created by, sys created on. This is often used for manually updating field values on a record while leaving historical information unchanged,
I changed it. Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
Now, this is not available for scoped application starting with Fuji release. See scoped application for API reference. Scoped applications are the applications like, you have your own application file, and the application works in its own scope. So it is not available. We'll talk about scoped application later, and then probably it
Mm.
will make sense for us to have that conversation there.
Mm.
Right? So if you do not want to play with the historical information of the record, and you still want to update that record, right? So
Mm.
that's the function that you should be using, and which is autosys field, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Now in this script, there is one more function that we should be taking care, and the function is set workflow, and it takes Boolean input,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
And the Boolean input is again true false value that you are taking. And this function is set workflow, right? Set workflow is a function that allows you to either run the business rules or not run it, right? Now, business rules,
Oh.
you might be wondering what business rules are, right?
Mm.
So I am sure you know what business rules are, and how do I tell you? You have something in the database known as triggers,
Yeah. 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 We
right?
use a business rule a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So triggers
Mm.
are, like you would agree that triggers, when you want to do some operation on a table, and before that operation happens or after the operation happens, you want to do a
Mm.
cascading effect on some other table related to that record. So that's something known as trigger, right? You with update or insert, you are doing some more update or insert into other tables, right?
Yeah.
So if
It
you
will
have,
also help for data validation as well. If
yep,
something wrong has been inserted,
yep,
other than the domain,
yep,
so that the trigger will fire and send the message,
mm-hmm,
something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly, for data validation as well. So,
Yeah.
so here in ServiceNow, ServiceNow has taken care of this as well. You have
Mm.
triggers here in ServiceNow, and those triggers are known as business rules, right? So we'll talk about business rules later, but let's assume that the moment we started updating this record, there is a trigger written onto that table, Michael.
Carol, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Sure.
Yeah, the voice gone.
Yeah, I don't know. So, so if we do this glide record dot set workflow false, the business rule will not run.
Mm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, if there are some business rules, it will run
Mm-hmm.
and will set the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Yeah.
we learned about two new functions, which is sys auto sys field and set workflow and set value. In fact, four new functions, right? Set value, where you are setting values to setting values in the table, right? And then we are doing update, right? Now it's not
Mm-hmm.
like that you can just update one field. You can put multiple set values if you want to. I can do set value, and let's look into the table here. I'm going to do again this and um, short description. Let's update the short description.
So, okay.
That is some nice music.
My phone is.
So I'm going to update short description as well, and in the short description I'll put updated by a script, right? Something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Some
Yeah.
text. So let's go copy this and let's refresh this to make sure that we haven't altered the record. That's fine. Now state is new, so we have one qualifying record here, and we are going to update the state value to 2, and we are going to update the short description to updated by a script. We are going to run this. When we run this and we refresh this list, see, you get the updated by script in the short description field along with the
Yeah.
state value, which has changed to in progress. The time
Progress.
remains the same, right? Updated time and updated by remains the same. All right.
Right.
So you can, the idea is that you can put multiple field, you can set multiple field values, right? Multiple columns at a time, right? As many columns as you want, right? And then update is to update the record into the database, right? So that's it on the update side. All right. Let's go and do insert. So I'm going to
Okay.
copy this script. If I have to insert some record into the table, how can we do that? I'm going to do incident, and I'm going to put short description, and I'm going to put this incident record was inserted by script. Description I don't need, right? If you go to the incident table, if we create a new record, you see that an incident number is generated by itself, right? It is generated by itself. So this incident number is auto number, right? So for that, we do not need to put the auto number field here because this is the primary key and the auto number for this record incident, right? So let's try to do this script. Let's try to run this script and see what problems we face while we insert this record into the table, right? So we create a glide record of incident, and then we initialize that glide record. And for inserting record into the tables, we have to use this initialize statement
Initialize
as well.
jar to something. Okay.
Yeah. Now I'm going to update short description and I'm going to insert. Let's do that. When I insert it, it doesn't say anything. Let's go back to all, and I'm going to, since it is going to be the latest incident, so let's see what it has done. So it says this incident record was inserted by a
By
script,
script.
right? The same script that we pasted here, we did here. It has created one incident record, which is 11, and says the incident record was inserted by a script, right? So this way
Okay.
you can insert a record into the table, right? And then when you open it, some of the fields are populated by default that you might see here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Now let's go back and try to put the gr dot number as well. I'm going to forcibly put something into this. So I am going to put inc 0000. What's the number format? So I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to make it 50, right? Let's see what it does. This created a record here, right? So meaning, yeah, it
Yeah.
created a
Yeah.
record
Yeah.
here.
Let's go back to the code one more time. See. Okay. Yeah, this incident number. This. Okay. 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 Got it. Yeah. We
Right?
already passed the value. Yes. Yes.
Right. If I rerun it,
So. Okay.
it looks like there is no validation on the incident table. no validation info.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not
This is one good example.
right.
So there is a chance that two records might have the same incident number.
Yep. So this should not happen. This should not
That
happen.
duplicate or what?
It should not happen, but looks like the table that is here, it is missing some sort of validation or some sort of um, the table that has been created. Probably this is not the auto number field or something, right? It's not the primary key. It should not happen like this, right? You should not be allowed to insert record into the table, into
Duplicate
the
records? Yeah.
into this incident table, because every time I do that, I am able to insert records, right? See,
Oh.
the number of times I insert this record.
But the system is supposed to say respond error message, right? If
Right,
that is that.
right, right.
Mm.
So if you want to look into, I think I can go into
We
the
have a lot
tables.
of same number.
If you go into the incident table, number field, incident dot number. See, this incident number is not mandatory. Mandatory is false, which is
Mm.
which it should not be.
How about uniqueness?
It's false.
Oh, uniqueness is
All
false.
right. So if you alter this
That's the
table,
default value, right?
right?
Because it's incident.
Yeah. So this is not right. You have to play with this table. Let's go and make this table, this column as unique, right? And then try to see what happens.
What will happen? Yeah.
Now let's go to column label, and I'm going to put number, search it, right?
Mm.
And then I'm going to put unique field here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to make it unique,
Oh,
right?
okay, got it, got it.
Now I'm going to update this, go back,
Yeah,
paste it here, and try to run
yeah.
it. Interesting. New unique index script request columns number on table task contains duplicate value. You must remove duplicate values and then try again. Oh, the unique field was not set somehow. Unique index script requested columns number on table task
Travel.
contain duplicate values. You must remove
Oh,
records in the
already
table that
because we have already duplicate values.
yeah, we created those
So
records
we
there.
have to, yeah, we have to remove those, right?
Yeah. So let's
No.
go into, and then we'll try to remove all those fields first.
Yeah,
Will I'll leave
maybe if I
one.
leave one.
I'll leave one, right? And then we'll get rid of these.
Mm. Now it will work.
Yep. See that we had a good point of discussion right now, right?
Yeah, yeah. This is interesting, really.
Yeah, so we have just one record here now, and I'll go to tables and columns one more time. I'll look into the incident table, scroll down, edit the table, go to the number field, and make this as unique. And I'm going to update the table.
Okay.
Oh, it says some more unique, some more duplicate. Oh, Duplicate values and try then again. Let me
Probably
see.
the
Uh,
other other incidents.
Let me see here. Alright.
Number and then categorize with a number, right? Which one?
Probably I have. Let me see. I think there are some duplicate records on this table as well. So
Every day I run 5 miles. So sometimes
sorry.
at this time of every day I go to gym and run 5 miles,
Oh, that's nice.
which is 7 kilometers. That means
Yep,
around.
that's nice.
Yeah.
No, not this one. This is for the. Have you updated these records today? It looks like it's
Uh,
24/8. Equipment
see
requests.
on equipment request.
Yeah.
Yeah, equipment request. I work. I used. I work on that. Yeah, today, but
Oh,
not on the. Yeah, that is equipment request. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I didn't update actually. Only simply insert.
okay. So let me do this. Let me let us see one more time what that error message is.
We are looking to the incident table, right?
Right, we are looking into the incident table, but the
I didn't work
but
on
the
the
but the
actually.
task table is the table which has been
I work
extended by.
only on the marketing application, the one that we created,
All right.
not an incident.
Okay. If I update this to true and I do update, it says requested columns number on the task table contain duplicate values on the task table.
Or is there any task table?
I'm I'm unable to isolate the values on the task table. I don't know what number of values are there in the task table which are duplicate. So let me try to find out that. Okay. Do we have a duplicate function or something like that?
No.
Duplicate. Glide aggregate that does that, I believe.
Mm.
Let's try to do this. Let's look into for a second. Glide aggregate on. This will be our task table. Active equals true. I don't think we need this. We need to apply this on all the records. Count username. Add aggregate count. Group by. It should be number field in our case. Check one. I don't need this. Check query. Next. Let me see what it does. Okay, so it gives me these few records which looks like these are duplicate.
Oh.
Alright, let me see if our script is what it is producing is correct. Why does it consider it as duplicate? Oh, here we go. It has two records.
Oh, two records. Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to
We
delete
have to
this.
delete one. Oh, okay, pause up. Yeah, okay.
Let's delete one. Now let's go into and see. This one seems to have just one record. This one seems to have three. So I'll get rid of.
Wow. Okay.
You're breaking up, Michael. You're breaking up. Michael?
I
Michael?
think I'm back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, it is not allowing me to delete this. So I have to somehow get rid of this. So I'm opening this request. So for sure we are having duplicate values here. I'm trying to see if we can delete this.
Yeah.
See, we are playing with the integrity of the tables.
Yeah.
I think we should not do that. If we do that, we will break the relationship between incident and task tables. Do you want to do
Actually,
that?
I didn't work on the incident table. I only work on the marketing application, the one that we have.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. My point is, if we break the relationship,
Right. Yeah.
right, so we might have to refresh data at later
Because
point. So
even real life, this is a good lesson, you know?
yeah, this is a good lesson. And
Yeah.
you see, there was a script that we slightly, we customized it a bit, and then we could find out that there are records that has duplicate values into the task table,
Great example.
right? So this way, see, you will get several situations in which you will have to find out different information, different types of scripts. I'm putting this script here as well.
Yeah,
for
please. Yeah, this one is very important. Yeah.
duplicate
Even in SQL,
records in
we use
the
row number
table.
function to find duplicates, and it
Yep,
happens all the time.
yep. So I'll remove the columns which is not useful for us.
Mm.
All right. So this is it. Find
Mm.
duplicate records in the table. Right. Now that we are done with
Mm.
update, we are done with auto sys fields, we are done with set workflow, set value, update, we are done with insert. Let's quickly do delete as well. Let's try
Mm.
to delete these records from the task table using the script and see if it is able to do that, right? So I'm going to copy this sys ID from here. I'm going to change this table to task table and I am putting the sys ID here, right?
Mm.
And now I'm trying to run this script. What it says? Syntax error?
Compiler exception. Syntax error. Null,
Line
null,
number
null.
6.
Line number 6.
1, 2. We don't need this. This is not required.
Okay, probably that's why.
Right. So it's done. Let's see if it has been able to delete that. Now we have only 2 records. So that the script deleted it, right?
Mm.
You understand? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's again very simple request. You are a script, very simple script. You are trying to isolate the script by isolate the records by the sys ID, and
Mm.
then you were able to query that, and then you moved to that record and you deleted that record, right? If you
Mm.
want to delete
Mm.
this as well, you can do copy sys ID. Your sys ID is copied, and you have to replace the sys ID here, right?
And then run.
And then you run it. If you go back here and you do refresh list, you will be left with 1 record only,
Oh, it's 100 record only. Yeah.
right? Now let's look into and see. We have a module known as deleted records. Let's see if we have those
Mm.
deleted records here, right?
Mm.
So I'm going to use table name as task,
Mm.
and what are the filters? Display value record deleted. Uh, Display value and the 3 values that we had, I think we can use this one. We have the 2 records here. Right now,
Mm.
see here in the task table, we were able to find out this request, right? And we
Mm.
have deleted this request. So let's undelete this. When we undelete these values go back to the table,
Okay.
right? So that's why you have this module known as undeleted, uh, un
Deleted records.
yeah, deleted records. Now, if you refresh this list, you will get your record back,
Back.
right?
Okay.
So if
Mm.
somehow if you have deleted your records and you want this back, you can use
Mm.
that too, right? But as far as the
Yeah.
script is concerned, if you want to delete that record, so all you need to do is go into here. I don't need this.
Mm.
Copy the script, paste it here, paste the right sys ID that you want to delete,
Mm.
and it deletes it.
Mm.
Alright, it did not delete it for some reason. Some exception occurred there. So copy this one more
Mm.
time, paste it, cut it, paste it, run it. Alright, why it is a bit unable to delete it?
Mm.
Looks like something is happening.
Mm.
Uh-oh, we are trying to do incident table. We should be doing task table. The sys ID,
Oh,
the sys ID, it is not able to find out. So
right, right.
I'm going to do this. Alright, now run it and it will delete the record.
It is simple, yeah.
Right, if I refresh this, that record will be gone.
It is gone, yeah. Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. I
So,
like this one, especially this one. It's very practical.